Right on cue, plainage. Afternoon folks, 4 hours ago we were here on the balcony with some reliable grips and some weight shift and sway, and here we are back for the 4 p.m. for more weight shifts, weight transfer, all things shifty, flowy, balancy if you're on your feet, seated balance if you're in sit. Remember, we can't train standing balance from a sit position, but it all has value in contributing to skilling up of that process. Evening Miss P, evening Ken, evening Doris. Ooh, I've just got a kind of a breezy whiff of rain. It might be a wet one by the end of this. It seemed like a good idea. Look, the breeze has picked up and everything. I thought I was safe. I've been locked in there all afternoon doing stuff, and I've just ended what I was doing and thought, oh, it looks good out on the balcony. But in a moment, look, you can see the trees. Everything's changed. You coming in for a fig, Ken? It's not a date, it's a fig. All right, CK. Good to have you folks. Come on in, come on. Plenty of room on the balcony now that the scaffolding has gone. I was going to say, do you want to see my succulents? I think I can. They're right here. It's quite a big old bowl, but I'm going to give you a close-up of my succulents. Because unlike the sweet peas, they're going really well. Look at that. Roll up, get your succulents here. See, now they're going really well. I'm liking the sight of my succulents. See that? Sweet peas, you need to take a leaf out of their book. Take a leaf out of their book. See what I did? See what I said there? Take a succulent leaf out of their bowl. Sunny but cool, CK. Brain's a bit frazzled from the events of the afternoon. Yeah, sweet peas. Sweet peas are there, look. Sweet peas are there, battling on. 2 minutes to go. What's to report, folks? What's going on with Joel? All right, Margaret's in. You had a full house. You had 3 ticks yesterday, Margaret. And is this the... Did I see you at noon? Can't remember. Oh, names are a blur, sorry. I did have intention. I've got one more call after this movement snack. I did have intention of trying to make it down to the beach for a bit of a dip. I don't know though. I don't know. All right, Maddie, afternoon. Oh. Anything to report before we get going? I just came out onto the balcony just then to just set everything up, and in a moment I thought, oh my goodness, what did I do yesterday? What did I do? And it was funny because as I was setting up the tripod, trying to recall what it was that we started on yesterday, the minute I stepped over there and just went, it kind of kicked in automatically. It was there. So it's all come flooding back to me. Dark clouds, warm and sunny. Thanks, Margaret, for the weather report. Same here, really. Some grey ones up there, but it is still quite warm. Wednesday already tomorrow. I can't believe it. Hurtling towards another weekend, halfway through the week tomorrow. I think we're almost there, last dying seconds of the preamble, and then we will get going. We got those little tiny flies buzzing around. What does that mean? Do you know those little flies that like thundery weather? Those thunder flies. Thunder flies, be careful how I say that. Looming Miss the Noon, boring shopping. Carol's in as well. Good afternoon, Carol. 2 Carols in for this 4 p.m. I think we're there. It's 4 p.m. Ready, steady. 3, 2, 1. Bex Townley, later life training. Forgot my own name then. 4 p.m. movement snack to add additional moves to your day. Circuit boost, followed by a new sway that I started yesterday. I'm going to offer you another progression if you want today. If not, stay on where we were yesterday, and then some stretchier positions, all designed to help you with everyday movement and activities of daily living. Let's get going. Balcony to hand, work surface, fixed firm piece of furniture, whatever it is, have something to hand if you know that's right for you. If you're in a standing Cirque Boost mindset, or go for your seated position, so either come into active sit, have a hip walk forward, get ready with your external supports if you're in stand, and let's get going on the Cirque Boost. I'm going to start in sit today, but of course carry on in stand if you're happy to. Here's your options. Start steady, stay steady, single shoulder march, a little bit on both sides, bringing it together when you're ready to, all with this uplift and extension from the center, so away from slump and relax into active trunks to better support moving parts. This is all comfortable, all doable, your pace, your range of motion. Mix that up with, if you would like, some lower limb here in sit, or just stick to the upper limb if that's right for you. Bringing in your toe hinges here, so extra toes and feet going on here. So I've just, one foot has disappeared off the camera. Go for the low lift if you're ready to. So those are your options. Keep these knees low. The main focus of seated leg march is the movement around the ankles, feet and toes, and then bring in the other part. So it could be all in together. It might be top end only, it might be bottom end only, or it might be diagonals. Or it might be a bit of both, single arms, and you might be switching between support on the arm of your chair. That's your seated prompts. In stand, if you haven't already, pick your pace, pick your range, just steady as it goes. We're just boosting the circulation, activating your support muscles, bringing in the other moving parts if that's right for you, or you might prefer to take it for the wonder, you choose. And that's it, that's your circulation boost done. Upper ends only in stand if that's right for you also, so get your balance in the bottom end, knees a little bit soft, and any other variations in between, switching between support on your externals. That's it, Cirque Boost done. Take the breath, just take a moment to feel the effect of that Cirque Boost. Deeper breaths, not out of breath. And now we're going to move into the sway section that we started yesterday. If this is your first time in, if you weren't with us yesterday, and if you've got any concerns about having to go in stand, have a sit. If not, in stand, let's go. It looks like this. Extra lift from your centre bits. Here we go. So with my right hand, palm faces down on a reach out, and then comes to palm up. Back to base, parks up around about in the middle here. The other hand goes out on palms up, comes back on palms down, and here we create a small sphere there. So you're holding a small sphere. Then we're going to go the direction of travel of the fingertips are facing, do a dissected circle, and come back to your sphere. Slowly turn and rotate your sphere, and then continue on those circles back to base. Then we're going to continue with the arm reaches. This time palms out on the way, palms up on the way back on that right side, palms up on the way out, palms down on the way back. So we've ended up in the opposite position to how we started. Take a pause. Those moves, we've got functional reach, we've got some rotate and turn, we've got some trunk on the go there as well. The aim is for you to find your comfortable flow and pace, and for each movement to flow into the next. It's being really mindful of how your posture is supporting this slow flowing movement. I'm going to add some legs in if you would like. and the legs can be added also in seated if you would like, if your legs are freely moving and that's right for you. So if you want the leg options, they go like this. Starting positions, opposite arm to leg. Slowly reach out, turn the hand, foot comes back to base. Opposite hand to leg. Palm up on the way out on this left side, turning the palm down to create the sphere. On circles, a small knee bend out as we take those two circles. On the sphere turn, a small sway from left to right, back to base. Small knee bend, really tiny knee bend as you take that out again on there. And then on the way back, same arm, same leg this time. Palms down to palms up to palms down. End of sequence. Slow as you go, take a pause. How did that feel? I'm going to take one. It started to rain. I'm going to take one more in sit, just to show you how that might look like in sit. If you don't want to add the legs, don't. Just go with the flow on the top end. Pick what's right for you. I'm going to go one more time from sit, including legs. Okay. We had palms down on the first reach out, turn and come back. Other hand, palms up, turn and face down. Create your sphere. A knee bend or a hip hinge, out and back. A weight shift on that sphere turn, and then another reach, dissect those circles, back to base. And then same arm, same leg, out and come back. Other arm comes back to base. So you can just take the steps if you would like, or just keep it arms. How's that? One more time? One more time, take one more time this hand. I'm going to really slow it down. So loads of strength and support coming from the supporting parts. Here we go, one more time. Really deliberate on this stepping, heel through to foot, pick up the toes to come back to base, keep the balance, keep hip width. So here we go, one more time, and then we'll go into stretches. Here we go. Reach, turn, come back. Opposite arm to leg on the first set, palm up, palm down, back to base. Ooh, didn't create my sphere, sorry. A knee bend, small circles. A weight shift as you turn the sphere upside down, another knee bend, reach out and away. And then, same arm, same leg, reach, turn and come back. Reach, turn and come back. End of sequence. Okay, that's it. That's part 2. Let's prepare for a bit of a chest stretch. Take a couple of big old circles on the way back. Do you want support? If so, you might want to nudge up to that just to have some support there, or have a sit down if you're not too sure. There, just that feeling of stretch and release. And it's just the whole of the trunk is lifting and opening, going for that extension. It's kind of opposing all our kind of flex and bent positions that we possibly have been in the day if we've been working at tables and work surfaces. So there's your chest stretch. Happen with upper arm, upper body movements. Losing my brain. Posture and breathing, and therefore balance as well. Okay, back of arms. Let's have a go at this one, see if I can find my words. Take as many pit stops and deactivates as you need through the trunk. So we can't stay active all the time. So we're constantly in and out. So our trunk, our support mechanism, is constantly adapting to the task or activity in hand. So feeling for back of your head, slowly in, slowly out. It might be that your fingertips are just coming to the ear here, creeping the way around. Just where are you able to comfortably get? And then, after those few preparations, go for the slightly longer hold in that elbow upright position, and the elbow is going to be lifted to a point that is comfortable to you. It might be here, might be higher, anywhere between pointing up and pointing down basically. So you're going to feel that feeling of stretch on the back of the arm. Take a pause, couple of those. Everything is slow, in and out. You might want to support the arm if that helps. Arms are heavy, limbs are heavy. We're just encouraging more length in the muscles in the back of the arms, which will help with movement around the shoulders. Side of trunk, ready? So anything is that involves reaching with the arms, or lifting, or reaching away. This could be in sit, stand, or in lying positions. Getting comfortable in bed needs a lot of trunkage as well. So we're going to take the elbow position, but this time extend into a reach. Keep the arms slightly forward of the head, that'll be more comfortable. And can you feel that's how you get that feeling of stretch? Not to keep the arm up there for ages, just a couple of seconds. Elbow first, and then unfold the arm and go for the reach. And can you kind of feel this stretch outside of the trunk? If your hands aren't comfortable in that high position, you could do it without. So it just could be this feeling of stretch through the trunk here. Slow in, slow out. Could be here, that might work for you. There. And if you're in stand, using some external support, take a wider stance. It might look like that. So you can add an extra bend to get that extra feeling of stretch, and we're bending towards the support. And that's the same for if you're in a chair that has arms, one hand on there for support, and you can take the bend there. That might work for you. But if your hands aren't happy up there, don't put them up there. Just go for a shoulder lift instead. Okay, that's it. That's top end done. Chest, back arm, side trunk. Leggy ones now. I think I've got all my legs in. Sideways so you can see what's going on. So the first thing, how are you sat? Be mindful of how you're sat. Now generally when we have a slink and a slump and we deactivate the trunk muscles, we get this kind of effect here. So the spine goes C-shape, and we kind of tilt back towards the coccyx. This majorly impacts, we've got no distance here to work with, and we can't really get this feeling of stretch on the back of the thigh. So it's as if you're going to tilt your pelvis forwards, as if you're rolling towards your pubic bone, so you're high up on your sit bones. Now you can see this active posture. There's the leg out, trying to get all my feet in. Foot's relaxed, knees a little bit bent, and there is the stretch position. Slowly in, slowly out. And can you see how my back stays straight? It's a hinge. This is actually our hip hinge position that we talk about a lot. So I'm keeping the distance between here and here as if I'm a drawbridge, hinging forwards and feeling that feeling of stretch here on the back of the thigh, helping with getting hands closer to ankles, feet and toes, shoes, socks, shoelaces, all those kinds of things, clipping your toenails, all those kinds of things. Change legs, oh there we go, change legs, same thing again. Set this up, weight even across both buttocks. There's the hinge. You might want to use this arm here for support. You might even want to go down to an elbow, and then the reach to the toes and beyond if you're comfortable to. Hold that position, feel that stretch, and then slowly, slowly, slowly come back. If you know the standing version, go for it. Standing version requires more balance, requires knees to be happy, and we have got some extra strength stuff going on as well if you try that one in stand. So that's the back of the thighs. We need these muscles long and movable to help with activities around the hip and stride length, for example. Calves, ready? Start position is the same as we've just done. Active in the sit, extended through the leg, knee off the lock, and then there is the foot coming back here. So the foot squeezes back towards the shin there. So you've got shin muscles pulling you back here, stretching the muscles in the calf. Ankle movements, stride length. That's what that one's for. Same on the other side. Little bit for soft knee. I'm going to stick on this side so you can see what's going on. And it's that foot coming back, stretch in the lower leg now. Might be up towards the back of the knee as well. Just slowly on, slowly off with that. If you're confident in stand, you're going to get more benefits from a standing one. We get some extra stretch if we take this calf stretch in stand. So there's the backward step, lower the heel down, and as you can see here, here's the bigger stride. Now I've got extra stretch down the front of the hip, heel down at the back end, slowly up on the heel, press it down again, and you'll feel how that stretch increases and decreases as you lift the heel up. Have a little extra bend forward if you want to, step in, do the same on the other side. You might want to be sidle up to the support here. If so, it's the outside leg that's going to take that stretch position there. And you can make more of that. The more you lift and stand and ease forward, the stronger the feeling of stretch here. We need this feeling of stretch for our stride lengths, for slopes, for stairs and all those things. Okay, Beck's hug to finish. Go on, give yourself a big old hug. Reach away, easing the shoulder blades apart. So this is a stretch across the upper back. If you squeeze down, you'll get some stretch through the top of the shoulders here. And don't forget your forearm stretches. If you've been holding on to stuff, lifting, carrying, gripping, these ones are going to feel good here in your forearms. Planes are out. That is it. 4 p.m. done. Afternoon. Annette, Bridget's in. You made it. Good to see you folks. Thanks for tuning in. I hope they were enjoyable and beneficial. Hello to all the catch-uppers that are going to watch this after the event. Give us a shout out. Say hello if you'd like. If not, don't. Dave is with you in the morning. I'm still on the double whammies tomorrow, noon and 4. And I think everything's going to be on time tomorrow. Thursday, Friday goes a bit haywire again, but for now, I'll see you on the noon tomorrow. Bye for now. Hello Carolyn, hello Gillian with a J, and Pat. Bye for now. Alright folks, good afternoon from Echo Chamber up here in Cumbria. 4 p.m. movement snack and another great hair day for me. I see Cass had a great hair day. In fact, Dave had a great hair day this morning as well. It's been a day, a week. It's been pretty much 2 years of hair acceptance. Forgot what I was going to say. Completely lost my words then. My script. Where's my script? Where's the auto cue? The auto cue has disappeared. Who is coming in for the sway today? Day 3 of the sway. I'm not sure maybe I'll add a little something to it today. See how we go. Cal started it on Monday. I added bits to it yesterday, so maybe I've got an idea for an addition. I'll see how it goes. Good afternoon, Doris. All right, still here with my sister and co. All discussions here are around paint colours, artwork, plants, light sources. So we're discussing, environments and colours and all those things. So that's in between work. This is pretty much what the conversation is doing. We did intend to do an outdoor broadcast today, outside broadcast from the Talking Ptarmigan, but the heavens opened and we changed the plan. So I'm back here in the kitchen. Afternoon, Carol. Afternoon, Jill. Afternoon, Red Rita. Good to have you. Maddie, here you are. You're all coming in for the final furlong. Picasso. If you're feeling a bit Picasso, folks, a bit Picasso. If you're feeling a bit abstract, Doris, that's my link. If you're feeling a bit like that picture by Picasso, come in for the sway. Or maybe that's how you want to feel. I'm just saying, maybe the sway and the stretch orders the mind and orders the body and kind of de-Picasso you. Thank you, Maddie, for your hello. Did I see Ken come in? Yeah, started. I was feeling a bit Picasso this afternoon, Ken, it has to be said. I don't know if my sister's here, just to say, a few days with my sister and I feel a bit Picasso. Not true, that's not true. She's probably, when I finish this, she's going to go, what are you saying about me? Thanks for the hello, Jill. It's good to have you in again, folks. I've had a couple of messages today from Movement Snack mates of the past saying, hello, I am coming back as my sister now. I need to stop talking about her. Shh, sister's arrived. All right, Sister T. Do you feel locked out of your kitchen? We might see you at talking time later in the week. I hope so, Sister T. They're asking for you, human tripod. We need to get ourselves down the tarn. We had a plan to do that today, and then the weather scuppered it, apologies to say. What are you saying, Jillian, with the J? Picasso, I think I've been to that one too, yeah, in Barcelona. I mean, we all have a bit of Picasso, but I just saw that image. I thought, I want to put something a bit abstract, kind of, because I was feeling a bit highly strung Picasso, and that's the first one I found. Anyway, minute to go. Let's get going with the 4 PM movement snack. Get you in the zone. Sit to stand options. You know what to do. A couple of minutes of circ boost, followed by a bit of sway. As much or as little sway as you'd like, actually. Be mindful of the head moves. I've taken a kind of turnage, a turn type theme, but you can keep the head still and move around that, okay? So it should all feel comfortable and doable. If the head turns aren't for you, don't do them, innit? It's a 3, 2, 1. You're in, Christine. Good to have you. 3, 2, 1. Bex Downey, later life training. Let's get going on a 4 PM movement snack, and then you get on with your day. In it. I've taken a different angle of my sister's kitchen today. Some fixed firm support close to hand, weight even, across both feet. You know what to do, a bit more uplift and get going. You might be in the kitchen, dining room, lounge, conservatory, shed, garage, bedroom. I don't know, where are you? It doesn't matter where you are, whatever you're doing, stick up your device, just take a moment to check in with your supporting parts and your moving parts. Decide if this external support is going to help or hinder movement. It can do either, so we're giving you options here for you to choose. Within literally that 30 seconds of this type of rhythmical, steady activity, already the muscles are starting to ask for a little bit more oxygen. So that's where the deeper, more frequent breaths come in, and it's all steady, doable, comfortable, and bit by bit we gradually build that. It could be all four limbs moving, or you might just switch between. Let's get your coordination head on left and right. That fingertip touch might make all the difference. Extra ankles, feet and toes, especially if you plan to do the standing option on the sway today. You want ankles, feet and toes ready for extra steps to feel confident in balance. Keep going on that, folks. Keep that going. Tickety boo, all the other options. Upper arms, upper limb only. On this wider stance, set up the best possible position to support the movement you're about to do. Here's your seated props if you'd like. Into active sit. You might want to stay here with your buttocks back in the chair, or you might want to take a hip walk forward. Anchor the feet or involve the feet. All those choices for you to make. And then we're back on our steady rhythm, moving from the shoulders, fixed at the elbow, more range at the back end, a little bit of trunk turn. Enjoying the deeper breaths as they're needed. toe hinges into low rise feet, low rise knees, just steady rhythmical. That's the theme of the day. Comfortable, just ticking over 2 or 3 minutes, not only to kick off the movement snack, but frequently throughout your day. If you're in a sit or stand position for a little bit too long, crowbar in a bit of active sitting, standing and circ boost. For now, let's move on to the sway. I'm going to push up to stand, set up the position as always. So the sway starts with a series of arm movements. Decide if you're going to be side on, you might want to nudge up there, a bit of a contact there with the hip. That might just be enough for the brain to feel steady and secure. You might want to turn it this way, have a little bit of contact here, or you might decide to use your hands for that support and take single arm option. Here we go, this is where we got to yesterday. Everything is the same in sit thus far. Active stand, a little bit of pinch in the shoulder blades. We had back of hand, low arm float, and then tuck in. And essentially the base of your palm traces the side of the trunk, and then the other floaty arm comes in. One more of those each side. So it's reaching way to a comfortable height. Everything is under shoulder height really. You've got extra wrist there, so flexing the hands, pressing down. Take a pause. The same in sit. On the next bit, we're going to just, if you're in stand or if you're in sit, anchor the buttocks. If you're in stand, a bit of knee bend. We're going to take a slow swoosh side to side. And this is where you may want to keep the head fixed. If the head comes with you, it's going to increase the balance challenge. And if you know that's going to be uncomfortable for you, keep the head still. But the gaze change will add to the complexity. You'll need to think about that a lot more. So that's with the head move, that's with the head fixed. And we're just taking a low swoosh around, and my hand behind, I just turn so you can see, is doing this. There's the swoosh. So it's a controlled, a little bit of a trunk turn, controlled trunk turn, no momentum, it's you controlling all of that, and then kind of a bit of a free arm swoosh back to base. That's kind of part 2. Then we're going to combine the trunk, the feeling of swoosh, and that arm float to go. Back of arm with the swoosh, and then tuck it in, and then we're going to repeat that. And then we start to make it so that actually both arms are always on the move. This is where you may decide to keep the head forward facing or to take it with you. How is that? It's a bit kind of octopusy. I might call this one octopusy. Just take a pause, have a switch off. So frequent switch off, start again, and then re-establish that posture position. I'll take the next one through in sit, remain in stand if you prefer. So 3 key sections at the moment, all starting in an active sit or stand position. So you've already got your supporting parts and your anchoring parts. There's your deeper breath. So we're going to take the reach away, and it's all actually slow this down. So slow as you go, slow as you go. One more in each arm of that, folks. So it's a reach away, floating the arm, functional reach, and then tucking in, extra wrist movements there. Get ready for the controlled swish in sit. You're going to need a little bit more elbow bend. Either keep the head facing forwards or take it with you. Now you're controlling this, no momentum, don't be carried away with this swingage. And then bringing in the arm, and the other one comes in. With or without the head. And this can be as small or as big as you want it to be. Back of the hand leads, and then heel of the hand presses down. If that feels too complex, just only move one arm at a time. So there's the first arm, wait for that one to stop, and then go again. And then the more confident you feel, you'll be able to start to bring that together. What we're trying to have here is arms moving in different directions at the same time. So this is when it becomes that coordination challenge as well. Okay, take a pause, have a switch off. That might mean having a bit of a slump or come right back into full back rest. Same in stand, just have a bit of a switch off, a bit of a decompress, and then let's set up again now for the stretch positions. All of these stretch positions are needed across your day. We all need these movements, these supporting parts to work for us. So here we go, all in together on this chest stretch. A bit of prep, maybe just take it in stand or take it in sit, slide the hands around. There's the chest, the feeling of stretch across the front of the chest, and you'll also have the feeling of activity around the shoulder blades. And we're looking to stretch the chest muscles, the ones that do lots of pushing activities, and actually we want to extend and open so we can better support shoulders and arms for everyday activity. So living our day in this position is going to be more effective and efficient for movement than trying to do stuff here. So there you go, just an explanation if you want it. I can see comments coming in, but it's a bit blurry. I can't quite work out what it is, so I won't try to guess, but I think someone's commenting on Picasso. Keep the head still, and let's go in for a few preps. We're getting ready just to stretch the muscles in the back of the arm, which is going to help with shoulder movements, as kind of demonstrated here. Has your day yet required you to put your hand somewhere around here? Maybe washing, dressing, washing your hair? Getting comfortable in your chair, in your settee, those kinds of things. So that's just checking in with the range of movement we're looking to improve. And now here's the stretchier position to help increase that over time. So this hand is just supporting the weight of the arm. I'm going for the elbow up squeeze, and I'm going to get this feeling of stretch across the back of the arms, probably round the underneath of your armpits as well. Have a switch off, have a set up, same on the other side, there it is, and my elbow's going straight up there. If that's comfortable for you without moving or contorting the neck, great. It might be that here is comfortable for you, it might be that here is comfortable for you, so it's all on a range of upwards to downwards, and this will be different for each of us. What's most important is that your baseline is shifting and improving on, so it really doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. That's your back of your arm stretch. Just progress that down to the sides of the trunk. A couple of ways you can do this. Again, always feel balanced and supported, whether you are in sit or stand. The head's not involved, so there's no neck movements involved here. This is all about how comfortable to go for that reach and then stretching out. You can see all the lines in the t-shirt there that kind of give some indication of which bits are on stretch or getting longer. There it is. There's the elbow, there's the reach. This is slightly in front of the body, by the way, so I'm kind of going there. Note that my gaze isn't tracking the hand. I'm staying forward facing there. I'm not looking for any head movement at all, because the focus is to stretch your side bits. Other options in stand could be here. Take a wide stance always if you're going to take a bend, and I'm bending towards the support. But before I bend, I'm going up, 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 vertical, and then it's like a lift and shift up. And then, have a switch off, change sides. There it is, there. Or you might want to play around with in sit or stand. So remove the balance challenge. That's the option. That's the rationale for sitting down. You might want to go there, have a deep breath in, have a stretch, and then have a little bit of an ease and a squeeze that way. And if elbows or hands aren't happy in that higher kind of position, just lift there. You can still get this feeling of stretch through the trunk, keeping your trunk movement free flowing and comfortable. I'm going to say that arguably impacts on pretty much everything, every task you do in a day. This bit needs to move for you. Right, okay, that's your top end done. Do you want the leggy ones? Yes or no? Decide now. Hip walk forward, active through your trunky bits, and kind of tilting forwards in the pelvis. So we talk a lot about active sitting. So when we slump, we get this tilt in the pelvis. We kind of want to tilt the other way. So you feel like you're high up on the sit bones, leg goes out, knee off the lock, a lift and a hinge. Slow, 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 slow. Head and eyes stay neutral here. Look, I can feel this here, and then I can have a creep down, go a little bit further. Have a check-in with how far you can comfortably reach and slowly come out. The key thing here, set up the position of your buttocks and your pelvis. We're not bending or flexing through the back, through the spine. We're hinging, so it's like a drawbridge. And as soon as your drawbridge starts to lower, you'll feel this feeling of tension, stretch on the back of your thighs. These are the muscles lengthening, and if muscles lengthen freely, they allow better movement around the joints. If muscles are not stretching and lengthening freely, then your movement is going to be inhibited or restricted or limited. So here we're just checking in with our comfortable ranges of motion. Always, always, whatever is comfortable for you. Have a squeeze in and a squeeze out. This feeling of, maybe a feeling of uncomfortable comfortableness, if there is such a thing. Anyway, you've got a bit of stretch going on there. That's what we're after. That's the back of the thighs. That's so you can bend with ease and confidence, but also have a comfortable stride length, stairs and slopes, that kind of thing. Moving down now, still on the back of the legs, but now to the calves. So this directly relates to how freely moving your ankles are. Your drawbridge stays up, but your toes come back towards you. So kind of lasso your big toe and then reel it in, press the heel forward, and now the feeling of tension is in the back of the lower legs. I thought I was going to start a hiccup then. Same on the other side, knee off the lock for comfort, and then just go for that stretchier position. Can you feel it in the back of the calves? Stretching these is all about the movement around the ankles. In sit, when we do that stretchier position, you will also feel activity in your shin muscles, because it's the shin muscles that are stretching your calf muscles. Ish. If I push up to stand, we can remove that effort from the shin muscles, and we might get an even better feeling of stretch in the calves. So remove the balance challenge by having your hands on. Practice your backward stepping and finding your feet mobility, and then lower the heel under control, and then this standing with the floor essentially, and this stride is doing the work of the shin muscles. So there's less activity in your shin muscles, and there you go. That might feel comfortable, plus you get this really beneficial stretch down the front of the hips. You need to be able to stretch and move around hips to stride with confidence. You might want to park up with the support to the side of you. That might mean you can get extra support there from the hip. That might mean then you can play around with those upper limb stretch positions at the same time as the calf stretch. If you're going to change legs, step round, step round, step round, step round. There's the other side. Of course, you don't have to go into a calf stretch with a back step. You could go into a calf stretch with a front step. you end up in the same position. And there might be lots of reasons why that forward step may be more achievable or comfortable for you. Anyway, that's what we've done. We did a side boost, we did a bit of a sway, and then we did those key stretches of the chest, the back of the arm, the upper side, the back of the thigh, and the calf. Extra ones there could be a upper back stretch or your forearmy kind of stretches as well. And you might just like the feeling of that, you might want to go around again, who knows. That's it. What you're saying, what's amazing at the Barcelona Museum. All right, Clips, good to see you. What's happening tomorrow? I think I'm still on the Falls tomorrow. I'm here still, leaving here on Friday. I'm hoping to land in Leeds on Friday. Okay, I'll smiley there. I'm hoping trains will be such that I arrive in Leeds on Friday and I can still do the 4 p.m. from there. But you know, who knows. Sandra's off for a walk, all stretched and 2 centimetres taller, at least, Red Rita, at least. I hope you're feeling a little less Picasso and more Monet, but not very Turner. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Bye for now.